This is 3 days after the election now in 2016, and I'm ready to do a prediction on how the Trump administration is going to wind down. Okay,
It's very early.
it is very early because I'm
Inauguration's in like 100 days.
right.
Yes.
So I read the stories. I know who he's going to put in charge of the different cabinet positions, roughly speaking, right? It's going to be a cast of characters, and they're going to get put in different spots. And I know these guys. I've studied them for almost their entire political career. So by the end and near end of the Trump presidency, within 3 years in to the end, we will have an epic disaster. We will have it's.
Like
a lot of people say
Katrina
that.
or
No, political disaster, a constitutional disaster, okay? Because a lot of people say that, but they don't really know what it means. They people like to talk in no, Trump is a strong man, okay? He, like Putin, like Erdogan in Turkey, and he knows no bounds. And having had no bounds ever put on him as a spoiled brat, and now he won the presidency, he thinks, the laws don't apply to me. The rules don't apply to me. Look at what I did at Trump University. Look at what I did in 1,000 different instances, and I always got away with it. Now, he's also a serial bungler, and he is putting into place people like Newt Gingrich, Rudy Giuliani, etc., who will all bring the law to its very edge and very likely, very often go over that edge. So by the time they're 3 years in, they will be intensely unpopular, partly because they have abused our normal way of doing things in America, and the American people wake up out of their stupor and go, oh, yeah, I really wanted to throw a brick through the window of the establishment, but it looks like I broke more than a window. This thing's really bad. That's part one. Part two is Trump is so incompetent that there is no way that he is not going to botch 2 to 3 huge things in those 3 years.
Yes.
Okay? So his popularity is going to be probably in the 20s. Now, that sets into a chain of events that is very dangerous. Then he will begin to realize, and all of his cronies will begin to realize, they are not going to get reelected, and hence they will lose power. But in that time, they have already done self-dealing. They have already bent or very likely broken several important laws. Now, and they think, as all strongmen do, and that's why they never ever want to let go of power. That's why you can't get Putin or Erdogan out literally with a coup or a handlebar or anything or a blowtorch. You can't get them out of office because they know the minute they leave office, then all their wrongdoing becomes apparent. So they can't have that. And these guys have no rules anyway. They have no bounds of decency or what they view as American principles. And so they will begin to attack the media, not in the way that Trump did during the campaign. That was an appetizer. I'm talking about an actual attack. Begin to jail people, come up with excuses. Hey, look, Obama opened the door. Whistleblowers are prosecuted under the Espionage Act, right? So that door that's been pried open, he will kick open. And so there will be huge issues with jail. I think potentially jailing members of the media, political opponents, and people will go, what, this is nuts, what are we doing here? But the more he does it, and the stronger he gets, the more compliant some portions of the media and even the opposition will be.
Definitely.
And his supporters will get more emboldened. So then America will have to choose, because we will be at a boiling point about 4 years from now. And we will be on the precipice of a constitutional crisis. Mark it down. It's gonna happen because it is in their nature. All these things I said are nearly inevitable. Trump is not going to turn around and decide, oh, well, now that I've gone 70 years breaking all the rules and having everything be about me and self-dealing and taking my own charity and then just buying portraits of myself with it and enriching myself and giving money to my kids' school, private school, so they can I'm gonna leave. No, the presidency is too important. No, a tiger doesn't change his stripes. He will do that in office. And having realized how many things that he did wrong, he's going to start thinking, I can't leave. If I leave, I'm going to be in trouble. Remember, these are the guys who chanted, lock her up. Okay? So by the end, it will get super ugly. And one last thing about this. Look, people are worried about him attacking different minorities, etc. And for political expediency, to rile up his base, he will. But that's not the main play. There's no money in that.
Right.
The real issue is, how do we get the money? So they will do the self-dealing and they will do all these different things. And so that's the main thing. And by the way, in the beginning, it'll start out nice and easy. Right, already he's got the lobbyist groups that are working, that are classic Republican lobbyist groups working behind the scenes, ready to dole out all sorts of favors to the people who gave him political contributions. That's actually totally normal in America. He'll take it to another level, but that's the political bribery and corruption we have now.
No,
he'll put it on steroids.
He's gonna be busy draining the swamp. I don't know what you're talking about.
So in the beginning, there'll even be a little bit of a sense of, oh, it's not that bad. Right? Oh, like, hey, it turns out, no, he didn't jail the Muslims or the Mexicans and he didn't kick them out. This was all overblown, our concerns. And there'll be a lull. There'll be a lull of, I don't know if it's 6 months, 18 months, a year, somewhere along those lines, where people think, we were all worried about nothing. And then the terror begins. Okay? I don't mean terror as in, like, immediately, locking people up or going after ethnic minorities. They're only going to go after the minorities if they're cornered and they need a scapegoat, right?
Or an election is coming up, as it does every 3 days in America.
Yeah, I hear you. But that is not their aim. Their aim is self-aggrandizement and self-dealing and to make more money and to accrue more power. When they become really dangerous is when they realize they're going to lose power.
You know who makes independent media possible? You guys. Because of you, we can actually do this show free of any outside influence. That's what makes us so strong. Become a member today. tytnetwork.com/join. You are the media.